Video that I had posted where I was seeing if I still had it with my model walk. Of course, I then started to think about things and reflect or whatever. And I'm like, I really do still respect and enjoy the idea of modeling, because I've always loved using your body, being able to use your body and create a story and a mood around it is just iconic. It's most definitely another way of expression, etc. So I was signed to an agency here in Kansas. I had walked the Kansas City Fashion Week and I had went to New York. But what kind of turned me off to modeling was a couple of things. One of them being when I went to New York, it didn't go the way that I wanted it to immediately. And because I was just now at that time starting to feel a little bit confident in myself and feel like I could do things. Like the smallest rejection just shattered everything for me. During this time, I was in the process, the thick of it all when it came to healing and remembering things and holding myself accountable and dealing with the physical consequences of my anxiety, which I just made a video on. I was also dealing with just people and situations. But then I realized when it came to modeling is that I got to this point, to where I'm not willing to change who I am when it comes to how I look. I've gotten to a point where I really do am loving how I look. I love the imperfections, the bags, the whatever, I really do enjoy having a human experience, which can be messy, which can be rough, sometimes unpredictable. And I think in these spaces, it's also why it kind of scares me to become someone that is famous or whatever, because then there's this expectation of you to always be this thing that people see you as in their head. I just don't want to be forced into that, There most definitely is this expectation for models to be super clean and super look a certain way. Even in a time where, there is a little bit more diversity, but even those people still fit a certain standard, let's be real. And I'm just not in that space. I don't want to be in a mindset of feeling like I have to constantly be beautiful and these ideas. I don't want that anymore. I definitely want to be able to take care of my family, myself. I want to be able to travel the world and do all of these things. But the idea of giving people this control, if I'm able to do that, and it's based off of just constantly doing what they want me to do and how they want me to look and act and all of that, just in my life right now is not what it is. There was a time though in my life, I have this little darkness to me to where, the idea of being this mannequin, and I'm not shading models. This is just how I was personally seeing it. This idea of just being this robotic, kind of fucked up individual who was kind of I don't know, I was into that in a way. And I was okay with kind of giving people what they wanted in a sense. And in my head, I was kind of internalizing a sense of I enjoyed that. I don't know. But I want to be able to be fully who I am at that time, And it's I see how people have treated celebrities once they when they do have human moments and when they want to do something different or whatever, and how quick they are to just stop fucking with them or whatever. And it's too much dependent on people. That most definitely hasn't taken away my need and my want to express and to create art and to talk and do all those things, right? But it has to be in my way, so that's why, even when I decided to get on social media and post on these platforms and do all the things that I do, is because I love true connection, or I'm trying to find true connection with people, and I'm trying to bring it back to what I think human expression and experiencing and connection has always been, which is really just people doing things that felt good and doing that together, and it not needing to look or be this thing, or even for compensation. And so that's my intent in everything that I do now. I want people to see who I truly am. I'm not trying to do the model thing or look a certain way. I really want to just be me and really value and embrace all it is that who I am. And I really do pray that that's enough. I do pray that I'm still able to one day show up like being who I am, that allow me to take care of my family and do the things that I want to do. But that is so important to me that I'm not like, I could easily morph into this thing that I know that a good chunk of what people want. I could do that. But I think I just spent so much of my life trying to do that, and or being in this very like held captive mindset and like physicality and energy, that I rebuke it. I rebuke that energy in so many ways now that I just can't go back just for the sake of having money. Again, especially when I feel like it can be taken away from me so quickly.